In 2011, a team of neuroscientists at Harvard scanned the brains of people who had just completed an 8-week daily habit program. They weren't looking at what people could do. They were looking at the physical structure of the brain itself. What they found shouldn't have been possible. The brain had changed shape. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, decision-making, and emotional control, had grown measurably thicker. The amygdala, the region tied to stress and fear, had physically shrunk. 8 weeks. That's all it took. This is not a metaphor. This is not motivation. This is biology. Your brain is not fixed. It is constantly rebuilding itself based on what you repeatedly do. And that means the habits filling your days are not just shaping your results. They are literally reshaping the organ inside your skull. The question is whether they are making it stronger or quietly making it weaker. Here are 6 habits that neuroscience says actually work. Habit 1. Train your focus like a muscle. Most people today cannot hold attention on a single task for more than a few minutes without reaching for their phone. And this matters more than people realize. Focus is not just about productivity. It is directly connected to memory, emotional regulation, learning speed, and decision-making. Every time your attention jumps between tasks, your brain pays a switching cost. Research shows that constant task switching reduces mental efficiency and increases cognitive fatigue. That is why people can scroll for 2 hours and feel more exhausted than if they had done real work. The fix is simple but uncomfortable. Practice 20 minutes of uninterrupted focus daily. One task, no phone, no background noise with lyrics, no tab switching. At first, your mind will resist. That restlessness is not weakness, it is withdrawal. Your brain has adapted to constant stimulation. But with consistent practice, concentration improves exactly the way muscles improve through training. Over time, you think more clearly, learn faster, and feel calmer. A distracted brain becomes weak. A focused brain becomes powerful. Habit 2. Sleep like your brain depends on it. Because it does. Many people try to improve focus and mental clarity while sleeping 5 hours a night. That is like trying to charge a phone with a broken cable and wondering why the battery keeps dying. Sleep is not rest for the brain. Sleep is maintenance. During sleep, the brain clears waste products, organizes memories, regulates emotions, and restores cognitive function. Studies show that sleep deprivation weakens activity in the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for self-control and rational thinking. That is why tired people make impulsive decisions, lose emotional control, and feel mentally foggy even without doing anything demanding. Before chasing complicated brain hacks, fix your sleep. Consistent sleep times, less screen exposure before bed, less heavy stimulation late at night. A tired brain cannot become a strong mind. Habit 3. Read things that challenge your brain. Most content people consume today is designed to entertain, not to strengthen. Short videos, fast edits, endless scrolling. Your brain adapts to whatever it repeatedly processes. If all your input is shallow, your thinking becomes shallow. Reading forces your brain to work actively. It builds memory, focus, comprehension, and analytical thinking. But the key detail is this. Read things slightly above your comfort level, not impossible content, just material that makes your brain think a little harder. Psychology, human behavior, history, philosophy, biography, anything that requires processing rather than passive consumption. Even 10 pages a day, done consistently, changes how you think over time. And when you read, pause and reflect. Ask what the core idea is. Ask how it connects to what you already know. That process builds critical thinking. A sharp brain is not filled with random information. It knows how to process information properly. Habit 4. Move your body to strengthen your mind. Most people think exercise is about physical appearance. But movement is one of the most powerful forms of brain training available. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain and triggers the release of chemicals directly linked to memory, learning, and mental clarity. That is why a short walk often produces clearer thinking than an hour of sitting and forcing it. Exercise also reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that, when chronically elevated, damages focus and memory over time. You do not need extreme workouts. 20 to 30 minutes of consistent movement daily is enough. Walking, running, strength training, cycling, yoga. Anything that gets your body moving regularly. And there is one more benefit that rarely gets mentioned. Exercise builds self-discipline. Every time you move your body despite not feeling like it, you train your brain to act without depending on motivation. That ability transfers directly into every other area of life. Habit 5. Protect your brain from dopamine overload. Modern life is engineered to hijack your attention. Apps compete for your focus. Content gets shorter and faster. Notifications never stop, and gradually, ordinary life starts feeling unbearably dull. This is not a personality flaw. This is neuroscience. When your brain receives constant high-stimulation input, simple productive activities start feeling painful. Reading feels slow. Working feels boring. Thinking feels like effort. Not because something is wrong with you, because your brain adapted to instant reward. The solution is not throwing away your phone, it is creating boundaries. Stop filling every free moment with stimulation. Allow silence. Sit without entertainment sometimes. Eat without a video. Walk without scrolling. When you reduce excessive dopamine input, focus returns, motivation stabilizes, and the mind becomes calmer. Ordinary activities feel enjoyable again. This is one of the most underrated forms of brain development today, and almost nobody talks about it. Habit 6. Build consistency instead of chasing motivation. This is the most important habit in this entire video. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is temporary. Some days you feel driven. Most days you will not. If your habits depend on how you feel, your progress will always be inconsistent. And inconsistency breaks brain training before it can take root. Your brain changes through repetition. That is how neural pathways strengthen and become permanent. 10 pages read daily beats 100 pages read once a month. 20 minutes of focused work daily beats a single intense session, followed by weeks of nothing. The brain does not reward rare efforts, it rewards repeated ones. Over time, consistency creates identity. Your brain begins treating these actions as normal behavior rather than forced effort. That is when discipline stops feeling hard. People with strong mindsets are rarely born that way. They trained themselves to keep showing up, repeatedly, long after the initial motivation disappeared. That repetition changed their brain. It will change yours too. Your brain is always adapting. The question is what it is adapting to. Distraction or focus, impulse or discipline, overstimulation or clarity. You do not need perfect genetics to build a sharper mind. You need better daily patterns. Focus deeply, sleep properly, read challenging material, move your body, reduce dopamine overload, show up consistently. Do these long enough and the changes will not just be behavioral, they will be physical, measurable, permanent. The brain you have today is not the brain you have to keep.